Okay, Joe Manganiello and Dominic Monaghan. Great to see you guys. How are you guys?
Good, thanks.
So, working together in Ireland, is there anything new that you discover about yourselves that you didn't know before?
Wow. I mean, that's kind of an everyday thing, right? I mean, hopefully I'm discovering new things every day. I had a pool table in my house while I was in Ireland, so I tried to force myself to play pool a couple of times a week on my own. So I think I probably slightly improved my pool game. Unfortunately, when we were in Ireland, we were still going through a relatively strict kind of lockdown with COVID. So we were discouraged from spending that much time with any people outside of work. I hung out in my garden a lot, watched a lot of football as per normal. But yeah, outside of playing pool, I'm not sure.
What about yourself, Joe? Anything new that you discover about yourself while filming this film in Ireland?
Well, right before I left for Ireland, I found out that I was 20% Irish, which is significant, which means that I have a parent who was like half Irish, which no one ever said or mentioned that at all. So that was a shock that unraveled a mystery in my family that kind of changed everything. And so I left for Ireland with that knowledge, and I knew that I just had this location, West Cork. That's where my ancestry came from, or they pinpointed my ancestry. So when I got to Ireland, and my wife came to visit me, we went down to West Cork and you were very thoroughly explore it. Went down to Mizen Head, which is the southernmost tip of Ireland, and then saw Skull, and I went to Three Castle Head, and we went to the Blarney Castle, we went to Cork, we went to, you know what I mean, and then we went into Kinsale and all these little spots, Clonakilty. So I went exploring my ancestral homeland in search of any sort of memory or something. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
So I want to hear more about it. So please let us know what happens. So how is this project different than anything else you've done before? I'm pretty sure you guys always look for something different in the project, right? To accept doing it. What was this? What was it so different about this one?
Yeah, I like to play new characters. I like to play characters that maybe are characteristics of a human or a character that I've not explored before. And I think this guy was probably the most kind of genuine and emotionally kind of naive as a character. People on the moon that have spent a significant amount of time there kind of buy into this idea that people are intrinsically good, people want to help, everyone's decent. And I think Paul is a great example of that. So it was just kind of a new experience for me to try and approach a character who's always giving people the benefit of the doubt and being positive and thinking that the human species is going to be okay and that we are worth kind of saving, as opposed to, I think, a lot of people can, unfortunately become cynical about our species, including me as a person, So yeah, it was fun to explore that.
So Joe, what two things, if you would move to the moon forever, what two people and what two things would you guys take?
I mean, my dog and my wife, for sure. What things? Well, it's interesting because, where we live in California, sometimes there are fire warnings. And we, at one point a few years ago, we were the next zone to be evacuated should the wind change or the fire spread. So I actually did go through all that. And it's actually surprisingly a lot less than you think. It's all just stuff at the end of the day. So it's like baby pictures, birth certificate,
Right.
You know, the paintings, the whatever, leather jackets, I mean, whatever all that suits, whatever all that stuff is, like, it's gone. So it really puts things into perspective. There's not a whole hell of a lot of things that should mean anything to you other than the people around you.
That's very good that you say that, because nothing is important at the end, you know, it's only the people, your family, your loved ones.
Yep.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks.